Welcome, everyone, to Ep.3 of Over the Line. Tonight we have Final Four, we have PGA, we have NBA, MLB, we have the Goodyear 400, we have F1, and then don't remind me the Valero Open, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, all right, there we go.
Don't doubt yourself.
Yep, there we go. All right.
I
Then,
doubted him for a second.
yeah, I doubted myself. All right. Last week, obviously, as you can tell, I finally won myself a golf bet in what feels like been a year and a half. It had to be a Rory McIlroy to finish top three that was cutting it super close until he just went off on Saturday. But it cashed.
Is,
So
is Rory the only guy that's paying out right now?
Feels like it. Yeah.
we hopped on the Scotty Scheffler gravy train. Pause. To get going.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
And then he kind of fell off, and then now it's tail Rory at this point.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
lost
Yeah.
slightly less money because of the Scheffler top five bet last
Yeah.
week. But yeah,
Nice.
other than that, Scheffler's the only guy, or Rory's the only guy that's actually won me money early.
Yeah.
I almost hit on my top 20 parlays. The McNeely and Finau were both 2 shots off top 20. And then Minwoo Lee won the whole thing, who was my other top 20 bet. So it was like, man, if only I chose him as my top 20 and winner like I did with Finau.
Yeah.
But
it was funny to see him line up that putt from 2 inches out, and then Scotty just started laughing and walked off.
I couldn't do
great.
it. I was like, only someone that I put money on to do something would do that. Literally impossible stuff. Anyway, well,
Where are you getting top 20 bets now?
Oh, FanDuel.
Yeah, I use FanDuel.
FanDuel?
Yeah.
You say, because they just don't exist on DraftKings anymore. And it's
Yeah, I've always been a FanDuel
Yeah,
man
I've
myself
been
for no real reason.
Yeah. Baseball, I like so.
doing that.
Yeah, no free ads, but I like betting baseball and golf in FanDuel, and then everything else I like doing in DraftKings. So
It's fair.
I just think, yeah.
Now, if anyone wants to sponsor us, we'll only use you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless it's like some weird bootleg,
Yeah, we're
One
not
that-
doing
whatever, I don't know.
yeah, my bookie or whatever the hell.
Kalshi's
yeah.
the one I keep hearing about.
What is it?
Apparently, Kalshi.
That's
Kelshi.
Is that a
Kalshi?
Oh, is that
K-A-L?
stupid?
That's the one you can bet on anything.
That's
you can
right.
bet
I
on the
remember
weather.
that one. Which, I know our channel is
what's
Degenerate
this one?
Sports
I
Network.
don't think I've
but-
heard of that.
Kalshi. Kalshi. You can bet on the weather.
Yeah, again, I know we're called Degenerate Sports Network. I know that's the name of our channel, but
Yeah.
that might even be a little too degenerate even for us. I
Yeah.
feel like if we get to that point, I don't know. You know?
Oh, you really can bet on anything. That's crazy.
It's not a betting site per se, though. It's kind of weird. Apparently, it's
like a prediction market thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You're predicting, not betting.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
yeah. So
The educated guess market.
Apparently, Apparently, their top lawyer just quit to become the leader of Doge.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Doge was
that-
with the SEC.
Yeah, that one.
No
That
free
makes me
ads.
want to do it more for sure. Yeah, that's definitely a good sign.
all right.
Anyway,
So
I don't think they'll be
I'll have
paying
to
us.
look into that though, because apparently you can do political bets on there. So that might
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that, but teach their own.
yeah, if anyone wants to sponsor us, we're definitely open. Our line is open, so definitely hit us up. Let's just go ahead and get into it. We'll start off with some motorsports. We got F1 in Japan. We got the Goodyear 400. Let's kick it off with some F1, Jake. What do you got?
All right. So, not really anything too crazy. I have a double podium finish, so both their drivers in the top 3 for McLaren at minus 140. When you look at these odds, McLaren has the best odds at minus 140, and next is Ferrari at plus 650. And I think that just shows the difference between these teams this year. McLaren's just had the fastest car. by far for like the last year and a half now. So
Gotcha.
feels pretty safe there. And then I have Max Verstappen top 2 finish because I just don't think the Red Bull car is fast enough for him to win, but he's good enough to lug it along to second. That's a plus 185 too, so I think it's pretty decent value. And then I have Lewis Hamilton top 4 finish at minus 120. This one also feels pretty safe. He's been doing really well in the Ferrari. He should have. There's only been 2 races, but he got this the first race. He should have finished top 4 the second race, but Ferrari has some of the worst strategy that you could see in Formula One. So,
well,
yeah, but I think there's a pretty good chance. It's at minus 120, so it's not too bad of odds. But yeah, that's all I have for F1 this week.
Nice. All right. Anyone else got F1?
can't say that.
All right.
The day somebody else does, I'm gonna jump for joy.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm gonna start doing it at some point just to like so Jake isn't by himself, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, these odds look pretty good, and then he's gonna be like, that's actually the stupidest thing you've ever said. You're like,
Actually.
it's like well, damn, shit. Anyway,
let's go ahead. I guess let's just go ahead and get into racing's southern cousin, NASCAR, with the Goodyear 400. So betting NASCAR is becoming harder and harder for some reason. It wasn't too bad last year, but I'm just like, I just need to see one go through the hoop. So I'm taking the approach I did with golf last week. I'm taking Brad Keselowski to finish top 5. He won last year, so I'm hoping he's just feeling good at this track again. It's at plus 380, but all he has to do is finish top 5. And that's going to be my only bet. I'm not trying to do any parlays. I'm just going to try to see one go through the hoop. Hopefully get something going.
Incoming top 6 finish instead of top.
Yes, yep. Or like he wrecks out and like right in the first stage or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I like it. Shane, you got anything?
Can't say that I do.
All right.
All right.
So I'm kind of taking a similar approach with a couple of my picks for NASCAR. I'm taking Chase Briscoe to finish top 5 at plus 190. I'm taking Briscoe won it last year. Taking Denny Hamlin to finish top 3 at plus 200. Hamlin's got most wins at this track in the field of active drivers. And then I'm kind of swinging for the fences on my winner pick, though. The guy that got finished second at the 400 they raced here twice last year, but at the 400 event, which is what this one is, because there's a 400-mile and a 500-mile event each year for this. The 400-mile one, Ty Gibbs finished second, and I'm taking him to win at plus 5,000.
Wow.
I like the value on that. I think he's too good of a driver to have that long of odds. Not having a great year so far, but I think this is a track where he could make something happen. This is not a super consistent track, so I think that also works in his favor. And then I also threw in a top 10 parlay, where I didn't quite throw in a full unit on this, but I do have a very light top 10 parlay. I got William Byron, Ryan Blaney, and Chris Boucher to all finish. Chris Boucher, however you pronounce it. I got all 3 of those guys to finish top 10 at plus 238. Ooh, tennis. You know what?
All right, Chris. You know what, Dalton? Go ahead and get us a tennis bet.
Ben Johns.
Dalton, can you
I thought
get us
he
a little?
misspelled Ben Johnson for a second.
Yeah.
Ben Johns.
I did too for a second.
If you name your kid Ben Johns, he better be really good at something. I don't really care what it is, but
is there even a big tennis event this week or?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess we're gonna have to look for
ATP
some futures.
Houston. But
Chris, give us 2 minutes here. We'll do some research.
Yeah, I got nothing on Ben
ATP
Johns.
Houston.
But
There's ATP
pickleball.
Bucharest. So I don't
no,
know.
that's pickleball.
Oh, it's pickleball.
Yeah, Chris is an avid
about pickleball.
Yeah, Chris is an avid pickleballer.
What's tennis? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? There
Pickleball
probably
player.
is pickleball somewhere.
Oh, there's always pickleball. You just have to go
yeah.
down the street to the local park.
No, I'm sure there's some pickleball to be betting on. We'll find it.
I'll start betting on the old folks near me that play
Nothing on
pickleball. I'm gonna start doing it. I don't care.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna have to go to MyBookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to mybookie.io to bet on pickleball of your neighbors down the street. All right.
Yeah, God forbid we bet on the weather though.
Yeah.
Walk on down to the senior citizen pickleball game.
All right. There's like a minus 450 for a DNF for one of them breaking their hip.
Over under hospital trips. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
All right. Well, what are we betting on? Yeah, golf time. All right. So we got the Valero Texas Open this weekend.
It's this year technically too. You're not wrong.
Technically, it is this year.
I'd argue every year, mostly, probably, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
but
that's a consistent one.
Yeah,
as long I don't know, what are the storms hitting down there that are like ripping through the country right now?
I'm not sure.
Are they going to be good to start this on time?
I think it's the Midwest mostly, right? It's getting hit.
Yeah.
So,
I know. I tried to place a Carlos Correa home run bet today, so that way I didn't have to make a deposit before making my bets for this week. And of course, that game, as soon as I placed the bet, the game got delayed.
Nice.
When we get to MLB, I have something. I have a message for Mr. Correa, and I know he listens, but I just have.
We know. We know he listens.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, well, it's not a friendly message.
I assume not.
Yeah, so could be, but anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and get into our PGA picks here. I guess I'll start us off. Since I did win a golf bet, naturally, I'm just going to go ahead and ramp it up to a 3-leg parlay.
Oh no! This is when the confidence starts coming in. You're like,
but hold on, it's only plus 445. And it's 3 guys to finish top 20. I got Ludwig Oberg. Love betting on him if it's top 20, but if it's to win, I don't do it because
you don't win.
It just it bites me in the ass every time. And then I have Jordan Spieth and Patrick Cantley, all 3 of those guys to finish top 20 at plus 445. This is hopefully another just see one go through the hoop. On a parlay.
Jordan Spieth's gonna tweak his wrist. Yeah. He's gonna shoot plus 4 in the first round.
No, and then, or Oberg's gonna have a bad first 2 days. He's gonna be 45th going into Saturday.
Yeah, or something stupid.
So
I hope the Spieth pick hits for you.
I hope it does too. I feel like he's just had some bad times.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. I still remember him coming up and just being so electric, and then it just hasn't really been the same for a long time. So it's I don't know.
If let's just say if the other 2 hit and he doesn't, he's off. I'm never betting on him again.
He's getting the Colorado treatment for a little bit. Yeah.
I've probably wasted close to $45-$50 on this guy, so
that's too much for George.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. But hey, what are you gonna do?
So, all right.
What do you got?
I just got a winner.
Let's hear it.
I decided I'm not doing top 20 this time. I just got so close last time. I feel like if I did it again, I'd forget it. Give me Keegan Bradley plus 2,500. He's had a good year so far.
I don't even know who that is, but yeah.
Weirdly enough, he's one of the guys I do know the name of without having to look it up. But no, he played really good golf this year so far. Has done well at this tournament in the past. Hasn't played, I think, from what I saw in a couple of years, this tournament in particular, but he's played well here in the past. I feel like he, with the odds all kind of being clustered together for the most part, he's playing pretty well. He's the right combination of things, right? I feel like it's at least good value here because, plus 2,500 for a winner whenever no one is, I think, lower than plus 1,200, I think is what Oberg's at, I want to say. Pretty good odds. And again, I think he's played about as well as anyone else currently in this tournament. So,
yeah, he is he is a very hot pick this week. Everything I was
didn't even know
was picking Keegan Bradley this week.
Well, then he's going to shoot -4 and finish 24th or something probably.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I still bet him this week to finish top 5 at plus 450. So
Gotcha.
I get it. I'm just worried that if that many people are betting him to win,
Right. It's not going to happen. Yeah.
that it's not allowed to happen.
Right.
So I still think now that all the sports gambling's on the up and up, I do worry all this stuff's rigged to an extent.
That's fair.
Like,
I get it. Yeah.
Like I think, tinfoil hat time.
We love it.
I
Okay.
think
we should have a segment.
I think in
of
pretty
these.
much
tinfoil
every
hat
sport,
time
We all get one conspiracy per week.
Yeah.
per week. I like that. Yeah.
I think at this point there are things in place where I'm not saying everything's rigged now, but I do think like there are safeguards in place to keep the things that would bankrupt the sports books from ever happening.
Okay, like you mean like my 15 MLB parlay that I tried to hit.
Kind
right?
of, but like the stuff that has long odds
No,
that everyone's betting on.
No, yeah. I know.
Like if I put like $100 on a 16 seed to win the whole tournament, then they got to the championship game. Like, so there would be a representative from.
Well, I'm pretty
FanDuel
sure
there.
you would just get assassinated at that.
Yeah,
point.
well, no, I was gonna say there's
Yeah,
probably like a representative from FanDuel there that's gonna like set a bomb off in the arena.
That there's probably enough action to cover, but I'm talking about
Yeah.
the things that are like a hot pick that's like plus 10,000 that everybody's
jumping on for some reason.
Everybody's on. Yeah, that's the stuff that I think is kind of the issue.
No, I could see that because it's the right combination of like you can lose a lot of money as a sportsbook on that, and then also people must have some sort of reason for doing it. Like there's probably some realistic chance of it happening, maybe more than the odds would suggest. So like I get that, but also like I kind of think it's funny if there's just like a dude that's just like, all right, I gotta take the shot. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, like that's kind of the way it makes me laugh. But you might be right to a certain degree.
I feel like that happens not even necessarily just with long odds, because in California most sports books are banned. So I've done a lot of Prize Picks betting, and they have like promos where they'll discount like one player and have their they'll have a thing where you can pick between 4 players and people will vote. And then, like, whoever gets the most votes, their numbers will drop, and they still just will never.
Right.
And it happens so often to the point where, like, I feel like there has to be something going on, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's not normal. It wouldn't happen in, like, a normal situation this often, I feel that.
It's funny when, like, those, and like, the influencers on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, like, they'll put, like, oh, here's my parlay, and it'll be, like, plus 1,000. You can go check like the odds on that same parlay like 30 minutes later, and it's like plus 600 at that point.
Yeah, because it gets bet.
Yeah, they just like they're like, no, not everyone's getting in on this.
It's the stock market.
It really
in a lot
is.
of ways. Yeah, it's like, hey guys, this is what I'm thinking. Everybody's like, oh, now I also think that. Let me go. It's like, I've never gone on the internet and been like, for the most part, see a weird parlay and be like, I'm gonna do that parlay. I'll do my own, as you guys know. I will throw out some absolute bullshit for the sake of it, but I won't do it by stealing someone else's and doing the same thing. I don't do that. So I don't know what that means for me ultimately, but that's how it works.
That's just you, bro.
What do you got, Dalton?
So, like I said, Keegan Bradley, I got to finish top 5, and then my favorite pick this week, though, I got a top 10 bet. Akshay Bhatia at plus 230 to finish top 10.
Didn't he win this last year?
He won it last year.
Right. Okay.
Playing really good golf. Had a top 20 last week. I really like him to finish top 10 this week. Plays the tech. He's from Texas. Plays the Texas courses really well. I think he's a great bet to finish top 10 this week. Like that. That's probably the bet I feel the best about. And then my big swing this week to win. I'm taking Gary Woodland at plus 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah, a guy that, playing some pretty good golf this year. And I just think out of the guys in this value range, I think he's got the best shot out of the guys in that range. I was looking at guys like him. Maverick McNeely is kind of hanging around that range, but McNeely's so inconsistent. I don't know if he can put it together.
Trust me, I know, unfortunately.
But yeah, those are the 3 I got this week.
All right. I have a 4-leg parlay, all for top 10, and it's very similar to Dalton's.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
And whoever else picked Keegan Bradley, I forgot who else it was, but
I have him to win. Yeah, to win.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have him top 10 at plus 230. I feel like we've talked about him. I also have Batia at plus 230 for top 10. My reasoning for that was that he won this last year.
Good reason.
And then I have Torrey Finau top 10 at plus 320. I think him being pretty mid recently has kind of helped his odds a bit because I don't think he's, he hasn't been playing that great recently, but if you look at his past events, he's finished top 20 in 9 of his last 16 events. So he's still
not the one I needed him to, but
yeah,
whatever. No,
it feels like that for me every time I bet him.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why his odds have gone up a little bit because I don't remember him being this high recently, but he's still somewhat consistently playing good golf. He's done well on this course in the past, so at plus 320, it feels like decent value. And then my last one is Maverick McNeely. He's probably my favorite name on the tour.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
At plus 360 for top 10.
May not finish top 10 all the time, but top 10 name for sure. So
yeah,
got to count for something.
I feel like they got to somehow use him in the Happy Gilmore 2 sequel.
They got to. Yeah.
Maverick.
Be awesome. When I saw that, I was thinking, I'm like, do I want this? And I was like, I decided I do want it, actually. The more I think, like a lot of sequels, I'm like, we don't need this. And then I saw the trailer, I'm like, you know what, maybe we need this.
Yeah. Straight to Netflix, I'll take it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't need to go see it in the theater, but
no, I don't think so. Because then, if it's bad, you're really sad in the theater. You're like, man, I came to watch Adam Sandler in 2025 in a sequel,
and you have to drive home thinking about it.
Yeah, and you're like, man, I wish that was stayed in the vault. Anyway.
All right, sorry, Jake. I don't think you gave your odds yet.
Oh, that was it.
What are the odds on your parlay?
Hold on, let me find it real quick.
We got to know how
I'm reading this off my Google Doc for the episode.
Love it.
Let me go to my actual
professional behavior here by Jake.
Yep.
Speaking of hitting a bet, go ahead. Sorry.
You're good. The odds are plus 20,939.
Oh my god!
All right.
They're all. I mean, the lowest individual odds on a pick there is plus 230. So they're all pretty decent value.
It's healthy.
Speaking of a bet, like a super long odds bet, like someone's about to hit, like imagine if you bet like Alabama State to win the whole tournament or whatever. Have you ever seen the movie The Last Boy Scout?
No, can't say I have.
So it's about this football player, and I'll just do a quick synopsis here.
I thought it was going to be about The Last Boy Scout.
No, it's called The Last Boy Scout.
Okay.
I haven't seen it in a while, but basically this football player gets a call from a number that says if you don't win your game, you're going to be killed. And there's fun. It's a professional football player, so there's like money and drugs and everything involved. Well, he gets the ball and he's running towards the end zone, and as he's running in the end zone, he pulls the guns out and shoots 3 defenders before he shoots himself in the end zone, and that's how the movie ends. And that's how I just and that's how I just imagine like FanDuel and DraftKings and all them were like, this is what we're going to give a call. Be like, this has to happen right now because we have a guy about to win $1.8 billion on us right now.
Gotcha.
Cooper Flag, we need you to take one for us.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's definitely going to be a short. I feel like 100%. No context given whatsoever.
Yeah, that'll for sure.
Anyway, no,
I would
fun.
imagine they would do like the old like Buffalo Wild Wings commercials where like they'll pop a sprinkler up or something.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah,
it could be that.
They'll probably find a way that,
or they could have a sniper on the roof that just
like if I had to guess, they'd probably go with a less like directly violent approach if they can avoid it. But like something was gonna happen for sure.
Yeah,
like recreate the Dark Knight scene. Just the field falling into the ground. Anyway.
So you're either going to get Last Boy Scout or Beat Ups commercial.
There you go. Hey, one of those two is good. 50-50 shot.
All right. Let's get into some basketball here, actually. Shane, I know you have some NBA. Why don't you kick us off some NBA?
I can for sure. So first off, sorry, Dalton, not that you care. You probably want this to take place anyway, but I got the Bucks -11 at the Sixers.
Please.
Yeah, I mean the Joel Embiid surgery news came out today. Not that it mattered for the season anyway, but that's something for sure. I think the Sixers are firmly done. Hopefully for their sake as well. Just
I think
trying to
they're
lose games
eliminated.
down there. Oh, they I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah,
eliminated
they
too.
should just lose every single.
They should make sure they stay eliminated as much as they possibly can.
They
Wizards
need
plus
that
13.
pick. God.
I know they really did. Wizards plus 13.5 at home against the Magic. Magic and Wizards have a strangely close against the spread record this year, so I'm like, well, I'll take the 13.5 points with the team that's at home in that situation. The Heat +4 because I've given up on the Grizzlies and just everything to do with them at this point. So I just that is what it is. Timberwolves -13 at the Nets. Nets aren't good. Timberwolves kind of feel like they're heating up. Had a rough time dealing with Steph Curry the other night, but I'm pretty sure that was who they were playing when he did that. But still, and then the Lakers -2 at home. I think they're going to start getting hot again here before the end of the season and try to go into the playoffs on a good note. So that altogether was at for some reason it's not show plus 2,436. So
Nice. Anyone else got any NBA picks?
No
Dalton,
NBA.
Jake.
I have some.
all right, let's see what they are.
All right. First, I have the Magic -13.5 against the Wizards.
No,
No, the Wizards are actively trying to lose games.
That's fair.
And I'm saying this as they did just beat my Kings before this episode. But
right. So
Jordan Poole did not play. The Kings aren't even a basketball team at this point, so that's not really a flex. But
that's
Jordan
tough
Poole,
to hear.
It was a close game the whole way, and Jordan Poole did not play in the fourth quarter. Like, they are actively trying to not win games. And the Magic have enough seeding on the line that I think they're going to, even though they've been disappointing this year, take it serious enough to win by 14.
All right, fair enough.
I do have the Grizzlies -4 against the Heat. Just because I know the Grizzlies haven't been that inspiring recently, but the Heat also haven't.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies are 5 points better than the Heat.
It's fair. In a vacuum, they should be, but
We'll see. Maybe they'll get the little bump that teams get when they fire
Oh yeah, trust me. I don't know if there's any bump coming for that team. I don't know. But anyway.
I've got the Blazers -1.5. The Blazers are not out of the play-in yet, mainly because the Mavericks, Suns, and Kings are having the worst
mid-off of all time. Yeah.
Battle for a playoff spot I've ever seen in my life. I mean, like it's been the most uncompetitive playoff race ever, and the Blazers have gone on a run recently. I think last time I checked, I think they're only 2 or 3 games back. I do think there's a legitimate chance that they could sneak in. And I think they think so too. So I think they can beat the Raptors by more than 1.5 points.
Gotcha.
And then last one, I have the Warriors at +102 against the Lakers. I just think the Warriors are a better team right now. The Lakers, they got off to as soon as they hit second in the West, they kind of went on a little bit of a slump. But every team in the West, I feel like, is kind of within 5 games of each other. So who knows? I just think the Warriors are a little better than the Lakers right now. So I'll take them at plus odds. And then that's 4 legs that comes out to +1305.
Nice.
Well, hopefully one of us is right because you were very much against me on this one, Jake. So hopefully you don't get one of those weird mixes of like the Wizards cover, but then like the Heat take care of business, and it's a whole. We'll say.
All right, Dalton. You said you don't have any NBA or any NBA picks. All right. We'll be the losers together on that one and not have anything.
Nah, probably better off. Basketball at this point in the year is weird, man.
Yeah.
It's just a weird game going on.
Yeah, half the teams are
for the NBA.
Just not trying to win whatsoever at this point.
Jokic dropping 61-point triple doubles, losing the game though. Still, like
that.
What are we doing?
The Wolves have faced 2 players who scored 60 points on them, and they won both games.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, they beat the Kings when De'Aaron scored 60 on them early this year, and then they just beat the Nuggets.
That's crazy.
It reminds me of that one time that it was Devin Booker scored like 70 points and lost with the Suns. Remember that?
I like 10 points.
Couple years ago. It was like it was insane. It was right before they started to get good. And it was like he dropped 70 for no reason.
Yeah.
That was
Kobe's
Kobe's last
lost that
game.
game by like 12.
What's up?
And say it was Kobe's last game. He dropped like 60 in like a 10-point loss.
Oh yeah, I remember
That's
watching
true,
that game. He just like kept walking up the court. He'd get like 5
shooting.
feet from the 3-point
They
line.
weren't even defending it.
No, dude.
They weren't
And
even
he was
defending
just
him.
Gordon Hayward was
Money.
like trying to make it look like he was defending him, and it was like, all right, dude, we know what's going on here.
It was funny. It perfectly summed up like the last like 10 years of his career too.
That's true. That's fair. Yeah. All right, let's not do too much slander for a man who's dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not slandering.
I don't care.
Great career.
Good player, solid. No, I could get me in trouble. Let's
Have you
move
guys
on.
ever heard of a movie called The Last Boy Scout?
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
No, don't do that to me. Casey.
I'm just kidding.
No.
All right, so March Madness. So we got a Final Four of all the 1 seeds. Kind of
Boo.
like I don't understand why none of us kind of realized this was going to happen based off of the way NIL has been going, and just if you have the money, you have the best team, and that's
You got to keep the dream alive, Casey. You got to believe. You got to believe a little bit.
The cost of being Cinderella has gone up, so you gotta.
You want to make a run as an 8th seed, you better pony up.
Did any teams like a 13 seed or above win?
No,
I think
not
many.
Colorado State won their first round, I think.
Drake won the first
round.
McNeese.
I
There's a couple first round teams.
There was a couple, but like they didn't make it at past the furthest, the highest team that went was a 16 seed, 16, and it was Arkansas at 10, and it was still an SEC school, so it's
coached by John Calipari.
Yeah.
So it's like all right, man. Like
take a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
So, but all the basketball heads out there are saying that this is going to be like the best Final Four we'll ever have. But I feel like we've been hearing that since the Sweet 16, and it's just been nothing but blowouts. Yeah. Basically, this whole tournament's been blowouts. There's been that Maryland game where Queen hit that buzzer beater. There was like 1 or 2 other games that were kind of close with that. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's just get into it, Dalton. What do you got for Final Four?
So
this weekend,
I know we talked about like not like just taking the bets on the internet and stuff, but I did take a DraftKings offer this week for a parlay. It was a 4-pick parlay at plus 661 odds. It is Duke money line and over 135.5 in the Duke Houston game, and Florida money line and over 159.5 in the Florida Auburn game. So so basically Duke and Florida both win, and the over hits in both games at plus 661. I dropped the unit on it because I was like, this is
pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing
bonus bet. Sorry.
The only thing that scares me about that is the over in that Duke game, because Houston doesn't score a lot and Duke has really good defense.
Yeah, but
Houston has really good defense. I think it can hit, but it's gonna be close.
My thinking is in a Final Four game, someone's got to hit 70.
Yeah.
Final Four game, someone's got to get to 70, and I think that's gonna be like, I don't think if nobody gets to 70 in regulation, I think it's going to overtime.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You got anything else? Or was that the only
and then I doubled down on Duke. I dropped 2 units on Duke to win it all at plus 100 odds.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. That Duke Florida game is going to be fun. Like that, I don't know how these games are going to go in the Final Four, but I think.
Oh, you're already counting Florida and Duke and Florida in there.
And if I do get Duke over Florida, I do win money in a bracket pool.
Nice.
This year, I get a share of third.
There you go.
I'm sorry to skip around here, but I guess since Dalton said it, I do have just a 2-leg parlay for this weekend, and it is Florida and Duke money line at plus 140.
Love it.
Yeah, I got Florida -2.5, Duke -4.5. I took the points on
Oh,
it.
nice.
It's just, I mean, I could see Florida losing this potentially, but Duke's making it, man. Like they're going to be in the turn, and then I think they're winning it, like Dalton. So I'm totally on board with.
It's going to be interesting. It'll be the best player versus the best team.
Yeah.
Down to.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I took the opposite approach.
We love it. Someone had to.
I knew it.
Someone had to do it.
I'm not gonna act like this is a smart thought process. But basically, what I did was, all these teams are 1 seeds. They're all probably the top 4 teams in the country. So I bet underdogs everywhere.
Nice.
I just bet Auburn plus 130 money line, Houston plus 220 money line, and then I took Auburn to win the tournament at, I believe, plus 550.
Great value.
Oh, I'm on the wrong part.
It is great value for a Final Four of all 1 seeds, realistically.
Oh, yeah, that's basically was my thought process. I was like, if these teams are all good, then I'm just going to take plus odds. So no analysis there. That was just my strategy. So
no, that's not a bad strategy at all.
And probably Florida and Duke are going to win, so it won't matter. But.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
It's not. Yeah, it's like that's the thing is that's why I was like, I do have a bet for this, but like no one wants to hear me say, oh yeah, Florida and Duke's gonna make the fucking champ. It's like, yeah, dude, that's what we think is gonna happen. But like, whatever, man. So no, anyway.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else got any March Madness?
Nope.
Well, I will say though, I probably will not be getting in a Survivor pool next year. Do you guys do those Survivor leagues in March Madness?
I decided not to, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, because there's like 10 people left still out of 30 in this one I'm in, and it last year it ended in I think the second day of the Sweet 16, and we have 10 people left still because everyone was just like, because it's just so predictable now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just I hope I don't know. We're done talking now, I guess.
So you just pick what? How does that work? Do you just pick a team each round?
Yeah. So like say when the tournament starts on Thursday, like that Thursday that the tournament starts, I'd say I pick Auburn to win. But now that I picked Auburn, I can't pick them at all the rest of the tournament.
Gotcha.
And then the next day I pick Duke.
It's just like 1 pick per day.
Yeah, 1 pick per day, but you can't repeat the whole tournament. So, like, when you get like right now, I'm in a situation where all I have left is Florida. So I have Florida to win, but after that, I have no one else. So I need to hope that everyone either loses or is in the same bet with me tomorrow or this Saturday.
Gotcha.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That like you'd have to like.
Yeah, you have to strategize
strategically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would just bet on whoever's playing the 16 seed every.
Yeah.
But then if that team is the one that makes you like, hey.
Yeah, I like what happened was I was like betting on Tennessee winning because I picked Auburn last Saturday or whatever they played on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I need Tennessee to win so that I have options going into this Saturday. And of course they lost. And I used Duke the day before and I was like, they're winning it all. Like, no one wants to hear me talk about that. All right. So we went over basketball. We went over. Anyone got any hockey picks?
I do
not.
All right. Kick us off.
So I have Canadians -1.5 against the Bruins, mainly because it's at plus 136. I don't really understand why. The Canadians are favored in the game, but I don't understand why for them to win by 2 goals. It's higher odds like that because I think they're just a better team than Boston. They're playing them at home. They're ahead of them in the wild card race. Feels like they can win that by 2. I got the Sens money line at plus 110 against the Lightning. The Senators are also in a playoff race. I just think, I feel like the Lightning kind of have their playoff situation more secured than Ottawa because they're going to be in that 3-2 divisional matchup. I think Ottawa. So, like, obviously they still have like they could still move up in seeding this. They still have something to play for, but I think Ottawa might be a little more motivated. And at plus 110 for a team that's playing as well as they are right now at home, it feels like pretty good odds. I have Utah money line at plus 110 against LA. That was just a vibes pick. I don't know. I feel like Utah's going to win that, but LA has been the better team. Utah's just played well recently, so I'm taking them there. And they're still trying to fight for a playoff spot, so they've got they're playing with desperation right now. And then my last one, I'm taking the Ducks money line at plus 140 against the Flames. The Ducks started off the year terrible. It was kind of them and the Sharks, just the two poverty teams in the Pacific Division. But the Sharks have remained there, and the Ducks finally started getting some good performances out of Trevor Zegras. They have a lot of young players on that team who are starting to put things together. So they've actually had a really good second half of the season. And they're not eliminated from the playoffs yet, even though like 5 teams in the Western Conference already are. The West is terrible this year, but
That's what I was saying, yeah.
But they're not going to make the playoffs, but they're playing a team like the Flames, who's really, really mediocre, and they just been playing good hockey recently. So plus 140, like decent value. And then those 4 in a parlay are plus 23.97.
Nice.
Healthy.
Anyone else got any hockey picks?
Can't say that I do.
All right. Let's move on then to our last. Does anyone have any soccer picks? Sorry. Jake, you haven't been on in a couple weeks. I know usually,
man.
Sometimes I just wanted to ask.
I was waiting to hear what team I wasn't going to believe is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 6 sports today. I was like, I think that's probably enough. I don't think the people
Jake was he's really carrying the pod this week, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have a whole lot to work with myself, so. But
all right, so let's go ahead and get into MLB. I think everyone sitting here is a loser besides Dalton when it comes to their MLB teams after the first week. Dalton, you guys what are you guys? 3-3 right now, or 4-2?
I think it was 3-2 before. I didn't see what happened last I checked. I think it was like 3-2.
You guys are 4-2. So you guys are
top
the NL Central. So congratulations to you.
It won't last.
Yeah,
because
Jake,
all our old pitchers all our old ass pitchers will have Tommy John surgery by July.
That's fair.
The NL West is proven to be a wagon.
As
once
we
again.
Expected, of course.
Yeah. The AL Central is proven to be just as ass as the NL Central. So the season is
baseball in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
Except for the Cubs when they play the A's and 35.
The Cubs when they play the A's, yeah.
Cubs are 5-4 right now.
I said something on Monday in the ATB chat about how I thought it was going to be a hitter's park at Sacramento, and boy, was it ever.
Yeah.
For the Cubs, at least.
The Cubs are hitting the ball a lot. Seiya Suzuki, 2 home runs. Good for him.
Every time I see a home run, it reminds me of literally watching, like whenever I see like the Reds, Louisville Bats AAA team, like whenever they post highlights, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And I'm like, oh, this is actually like 2 MLB teams.
It's like, oh, was that Brent Rooker hitting the...
Yeah.
It's like, what
is that Shohei Ohtani in this high school field?
I don't understand how, because the left field wall is 330 feet. It's the same distance as the Coliseum.
Oh yeah,
but it
just looks so
much
dumb.
smaller. And I saw from one of those like stat baseball pages on Twitter that Jacob Wilson hit a homer that only would have left the stadium in that stadium, not even Yankee Stadium.
By the way. One of the things that I both love and find insane about baseball is the fact that every stadium isn't the fucking same.
Yeah.
That you can hit a home run and it could be a home run in like 27 ballparks but not 3, or it could be like literally 15 ballparks and one. It's like, what do you mean? It's a home run.
It's
and
not
then you realize
it's it's definitely more different in baseball, but in soccer they also have like not every field is the same size.
That's wild.
Especially-
Like, for every stadium, they just do it however wide it is. So
Really? I
really
did not
fun.
know that.
some are it's always the same length, I'm pretty sure, but in
I would
terms of
hope
like
so.
like width, some are narrow and some are like wide.
I figured that was something like a basketball or like a football field where it was like
Always
it
the
has
same,
a
yeah.
specific dimension.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I never noticed that, but
Yeah.
baseball's wild. Baseball's just a weird. I mean,
Or
Dalton,
there's like Coors Field where the ball just literally goes farther.
you had wasn't it after our show or whatever? You had a rant about baseball.
Yeah, in the one group chat. Yeah, I was talking
Yeah,
about
shit.
this. It's
Yeah.
baseball is just a silly. It's not a sport. It's a silly children's game, with a very open-ended set of rules. And the
I
winning
love
team
it.
is just whoever can manipulate those rules the most.
Or can defer the $2 billion in contracts.
There's
That's an
yeah,
open-ended
there's
rule.
so many
not having
Yeah.
a salary
That's
cap.
that's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. I
Exactly
guess you
my
got me
point.
on that one. I guess you got me on that
There's
one.
so many unserious things about the sport.
That's true.
The A's press room is literally a tough shed. Like
I was gonna.
literally, I'm not even joking when I say that. It's literally a tough shed.
I was thinking like
They
when
didn't. They had all off season. They did not bother to.
Yeah.
I
create a press
remember seeing that on Twitter. And I'm
How
like,
is this team supposed to compete with the Dodgers, bro? Like
Like,
how?
They're not.
Dude,
They're not.
literally,
They're not trying.
they're never going to win.
What's
Like,
the
it's
name
such
of
an
the
unserious sport.
What's the name of the A's owner again?
John Fisher. How
John Fisher.
could you imagine Roger Goodell letting an NFL team have do press in like a
Oh
tough
my god! No,
yeah,
it's,
he would.
or Adam Silver?
Yeah,
I
mean-
literally thought to myself when I saw that on Twitter. I saw a picture of that, and I'm like, I just thought about myself like being a fly on the wall in like John Fisher's office, and someone comes in, he's like, John, we need somewhere for the press to be at the stadium, and he's like, just here's my card. Go to Home Depot real quick. That's literally what happened. I'm something
He
similar
probably
to that
didn't even
happened.
give him his card.
Nah,
He probably,
he's probably
just
like-
let it go by
He's
it.
like, I'm taking it out of your salary. Go get a tough
It's,
shed. Real
it's funny
quick.
because I was watching the
Oh my
like
God.
pre-game interviews before the first game on Twitter, and it looks normal from like the camera angle, and then I just see a tweet like 2 things down, and it's just a picture of the shed.
I'm like, this can't be real, right?
And
Like,
you could like, there's a video from inside that someone took on their phone, and you can just hear the wind from outside because there's like 20-mile-an-hour wind. It's
my thing is like
it's not a
imagine.
serious sport. Not
Yeah,
a-
imagine like late July, early August, like.
I know
Mark
he
Cote-
didn't pay for air conditioning.
Yeah,
I know
that's what I was about to say. Mark
There's
Coates
no
is going to go
ventilation
in
in
there after you guys had a bad game, and then you're going to have everyone just sweating their balls
Yeah,
off.
they
in
got-
that
someone rips
shed.
one, it's over.
They
Yeah,
got
it's
blown out
like-
like 10-2 today, but it gets in Sacramento it gets like I think last summer it hit like 117.
Yeah,
Imagine losing 10-2 on a Wednesday in July, and then you got to go answer questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 130.
Yeah, they're like everyone getting this dark plastic shed with no ventilation.
some insane behavior by
Yeah.
an MLB team.
So,
Anyway, let's
Like,
bet on the games, right,
all right,
guys?
let's go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's the only sport where like literally
Yeah,
almost half the league is not really ever trying to win.
yeah. At least like some teams, like when they're not trying to win, they at least like oh look, we're making all these renovations to our stadium and doing all these things.
Yeah.
And then you got
Yeah, the Pirates
I mean,
are
no
like, we'll
offense,
have the
Jake.
most beautiful stadium ever, and
Yeah.
no one ever wants to go there though because
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck am I going to this stadium for? Like,
yeah,
I mean, the A's and Rays are playing like when you play MLB The Show and you start like Road to
Yeah.
the Show and you have to play like
Yeah.
a prospect game at like some random spring training field. That's like what the A's and Rays are doing right now.
yeah.
That's crazy.
it's incredible stuff. Like,
But hey, that's baseball. And then if you just go to Los Angeles, you got $500 billion worth of contracts on the field, and
you know what? The more I think about it, it's really amazing. Like, we should really appreciate how bad the Angels have been, considering that they don't have any of the problems that like all the other teams
Yeah.
that don't win do. Like, they will give $400 million contracts out to like Mike Trout. They'll bring Albert
Yeah.
Pujols in, and it just doesn't work somehow.
no.
Like, they have Shohei Ohtani for a period of time, and then they just like, what if we don't
Yeah.
win any games the whole time that's going on?
They tried too.
Like,
I mean, they paid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the fact that they've managed to like be in a big market, spend a lot of money on the team and try to be good, and they just never literally are good, except for like the early 2000s is like the only time. And it's like, okay, that's weird to me.
The Angels remind me of like, you know how like we're on like the iPhone 16 now?
Yeah.
It's like their whole front office still has like the iPhone 8. So like when they go to make deals, they're like just in some like huge buffer stage where they're like, oh, we're gonna make the right move, but it's gonna be 2 years late.
Yeah, that's really pretty accurate. Yeah. Like, let's extend Steven Strasburg as his elbow is about to literally explode off of his body.
Yeah.
Like,
they're like, oh, Cardinals, sorry about that. We freaking missed your text. Yeah, we'll take Pujols now. Come on, bring him over.
Anyway, but
so, all right. Let's get. All right, let's bet on. There's 5. I think there's 5 games tomorrow. So I guess I'll kick us off. What I did is I just took a bet on every game. So I have a 5-leg parlay for tomorrow.
Me as well.
I took the Orioles plus 1.5 against the Red Sox. I took the Phillies money line against the Rockies. It's in Philly. I don't even know if this game's going to be played tomorrow, honestly, with how this weather. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. So these games could also not be played unless they're in an indoor stadium. I have the Astros plus 1.5 at Minnesota. I have the Yankees plus 1.5 at home against the Diamondbacks. And then I had the Reds money line at the Brewers, 2 struggling NL Central teams. And these 2 teams always scrap, so I'm taking Reds money line. And if you take all 5 of those, it's at plus 1,017.
Did you guys see that video of the Brewers fan?
No, what happened? Oh, yeah. And he was in the concourse on opening day, and he was just pissing because he was so drunk out in the middle of everyone.
There's something about
11-1 loss on like a Monday, which is what makes it funny.
There's something about drunk sports fans that just they know how to live. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
The best part was everyone just kept walking by.
What are you supposed to do about it? Realistically, honestly, if you try to stop, he's probably just going to piss on you then, and then you have to deal with that. And then it's like, all right, well, I don't want to deal with that.
Half the people walking by are probably like, man, I wish I could do that right now.
Probably.
Speaking of public urination.
Oh, God.
You can't possibly.
Right.
You know what, Dom?
You can't just span off that conversation.
No, let's just let him have this one. All right,
go ahead.
Let's hear him out.
Going around, I think Barstool posted it was this like security camera footage of this guy in a bar at night, and he just like walks up to the bar acting like he was like gonna order a drink the whole time. He's just pissing on the bar. And apparently that's a thing. And then like after some digging, like in the comments, apparently it's a thing.
I think I saw that. I saw people doing like plastic move, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Classic. I refuse to believe that that's a thing people do. I'm sorry. I feel like I would have heard about this.
Could you imagine waiting for a drink and then someone just comes up next to you?
You just hear this like sound.
And you just hear it start splashing.
You're like, why am I getting like? Why is it sprinkling on my hand right now?
You look down. You're like, buddy, are you pissing right now?
Here.
Is that piss? Anyway. Anyway, you said, Casey, you had some, those are good bets, man. I don't agree with most of them, actually, unfortunately. Let me jump in here then.
The Brewers, and it just reminded me.
Yeah, that's fair. So I got the Phillies minus 1.5 as well, Casey. Rockies aren't a real baseball team, as apparently, like we said, half of them aren't, so they fall into the not category. Red Sox minus 1.5. Charlie Morton in 2025 just doesn't feel good to me, and it didn't go so well first time around. I'll take the Red Sox there. Twins minus 1.5. Trust Joe Ryan to take care of business at home. There's a good pitcher for them. Diamondbacks minus 1.5 because the Yankees are starting Carlos Carrasco in 2025. That's a thing we're doing. 38-year-old Carlos Carrasco.
That tracks.
Him and Charlie Morton are 2 names I did not expect to hear.
Right? Kind of, I'm not down with that, Yankees. I think that's just them basically. We'll punt on this one. And then the Reds minus 1.5. With you on that one. Nick Lodolo really good. Nestor Cortez maybe not so good no more. So it's kind of what it comes down to. And also, hopefully, nobody pisses on the mound. That'll be a win for the Brewers, I guess, if nobody pisses on something. All that together, though, plus 7,389. So
Nice.
Healthy.
Hey, shitting on the Yankees for old pitchers, but hey, Cardinals are 4-2, and pretty much everybody pitching for them is over 30.
Hey, 30 I can live with. 38 and bad last year.
I mean, we got 35, 32, 36 in the top.
Did any
four.
of them have a 6 ERA last year?
Did
they just not
sure
like
Eric?
Oh,
Eric Fetty was pretty bad last year.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, well, maybe him, but all right.
But
still, I just don't.
Wait, how old
don't
is
give
Eric
me that.
Fetty now?
32.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
damn.
He is one of the young. He's one of the younger guys in the rotation.
Yeah. He's a spring chicken.
Why don't you just bring Adam Wainwright back while we're at it?
Yeah.
I mean, he'd fit right in with Sonny Gray and Miles Michaelis.
Hey, you know what? I would take Sonny Gray back right now. I love Sonny Gray's still a pretty solid guy.
I love Sonny Gray.
He's the Cardinals.
There was like a 3-year stretch.
He certainly is the yeah.
He was amazing on the A's, and then he went to the Yankees and was terrible, and I loved it. And he came to the Reds and had like a redefining moment in his career, and was just like, all right, I'm peacing out.
Yeah, I mean, the rotation's ridiculous. Like, it's just not a serious rotation for a team that's supposed to be a contender. But anyways, I do actually have picks this week for MLB. I just took a little 2-leg parlay. I took money lines on the Orioles and the Reds, plus 276.
All
Nice.
right, we'll accept that.
I'm trying to watch one go in.
That's fair enough.
That's all you gotta do.
Hey, after that 15-legger didn't hit, I was pretty disappointed. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think I hit like 8 of 50. It was like that's not bad. Anyway.
Speaking of 15-leggers, I have something to talk about after this.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. Sorry, I would forget if I didn't say it.
Okay. I just took a money line bet in all 5 of the games. I took the Phillies, Orioles, Astros, Diamondbacks, and Reds.
Nice.
So.
All right. So, speaking of 15-leg parlays, what I've been doing, it's unsuccessful so far, but I've got close twice.
Okay.
Is every day there's been on DraftKings a no sweat parlay, so there's always been like a no sweat bet. So I've been betting where on each game I take one player to get a hit, and then dude, put $5 on it, they pay out like $1,000. And I've been using my no sweats on it. It's just like an endless cycle. So I've come close twice, and it is missed by one leg twice. And Carlos Correa is that guy that is done it for me.
That's
twice.
That's where the Correa conversation.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep doing that, but I did bet him today, and he did hit. So
yeah, if you hit one of those, you gotta let us know because that's hilarious.
I will.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So if anyone ever wanted to do that, they're pretty fun. I just every morning I just pulled up, pick a guy from each team, get one hit, and put a few bucks on it. And it's pretty fun to watch throughout the day. Like today, I had from the Brewers. I needed Terang to get a hit, and he was 0 for 5, and then he got the game-winning bunt, so he got his hit in like the 12th inning or something like that, and I was like,
that's electric. Yeah, it's electric.
Yes, but then it ended up missing, so on a different player, but they're fun. All right, before we close out the show, anyone else got anything? Any other bets?
I'm fresh out.
All right, so we don't have a home run parlay tonight just because we won't have the odds for the home run guys yet. Look out this weekend. We will be throwing out a parlay, possibly some graphics with it. We'll see. We'll give you guys a little bit behind the scene. We're working on something. We'll definitely have a play out there, but we'll see how pretty it looks when you guys look at it. Definitely look out for that. We'll be tweeting it from our X account, Degenerate Sports Network. And we do appreciate you guys watching tonight, episode 3. Next weekend, we have the Masters. We'll have more MLB.
Yeah, big one.
When's the championship game for basketball?
Monday.
Should be Monday.
So it's
we already know that we already know our fate. Yeah.
All right, everyone say who they think's going to win. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Duke.
Wow.
What'd you say, Jake?
Auburn.
Yeah,
Jake needs that
Auburn
hit. He needs that Auburn hit.
Yeah. So that I guess there's our pick for the championship game since you guys won't see us before that game tips off. But tune in to us next week, 9:30 Eastern on Wednesday again. Like I said, we'll be talking Masters. Probably have some more NASCAR, NHL, all that stuff. So thank you guys again for watching tonight. We will see you guys next week. And look out this weekend, either Friday or Saturday, more than likely Saturday, we'll have a home run parlay out.